Federal government is suing another landlord for refusing to rent to a tenant with an emotional support animal. I'm Tony, and this is Real Estate Investing and Landlord News.
I don't think I'd be here right now if this was just another guy with an alligator. Not that there's a whole lot of those out there. But there's a special bond between you two.
Very special. He is my emotional support alligator.
All right, so I have an interesting topic for you today, and it's a topic I have covered before, and it has to do with emotional support animals. Basically, they are animals that some people claim help them be able to handle their emotions better, right? And so a lot of landlords, they don't know, what to do with the tenants who have these pets. Okay, I consider them pets because they're not true service animals. You can get the certificates off of an online, basically creation site, and people are using this in order to get animals, not have to pay pet rent or pet security deposits, and force a landlord who maybe not even want pets to take your pets. So it's absolutely ridiculous. It's being abused by a lot of people, and landlords are stuck in this little gray area where they're not sure what their legal rights are. So in this story, the federal government is actually suing a landlord over the whole situation. I haven't actually read this story yet, so we're going to go through it together right now, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I think of this whole situation. But before I get into the article, go ahead, hit the like, subscribe button, maybe leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. So what do you think of the whole emotional support animal situation? Do you think that this is tenants who are truly in need, who truly need these animals, or do you believe that it is being abused? Okay, my personal belief, I don't even think that these animals are necessary with a doctor's note. I don't. Okay? I believe that if it was truly necessary, then there must be, you must be, it had to be a very, very rare case. I'm talking about somebody with true PTSD who was at war, or in terms of a service animal, I want to differentiate between a service animal such as like a seeing eye dog and this emotional support animal thing, where you could get a duck or a snake and somehow get it declared as an emotional support animal. Okay, give me a break. Okay, the whole thing is ridiculous. Let me get into the article. This article is coming from Reason.com, and it says, Feds sue another landlord for discriminating against an emotional support animal. Federal housing officials allege a New Hampshire landlord violated the Fair Housing Act for refusing to show a unit to two women with emotional support dogs. All right, let's see what the article says. According to a complaint filed yesterday by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, landlord Jack Cohen, who owns 40 rental units in Manchester, New Hampshire, declined to show an available apartment to two prospective tenants when they failed to produce documentation verifying a medical need for their emotional support dogs. The prospective tenants, a mother and daughter whose names are redacted in the complaint, had both received a recommendation from doctors for an emotional support animal to cope with their diagnosed PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. So already in the first couple of paragraphs of this article, we see the flaws in this, right? The mother and the daughter both have PTSD and they both need emotional support animals. And what did the landlord ask for? The landlord asked for medical documentation, a note from a doctor, in order to approve it. That doesn't seem to be too much of an ask. If you have such a bad mental health issue that you need this animal, then why can't you have a doctor's note? Okay? It seems pretty simple to me, but maybe there's more that I'm missing here. Let me continue. After Cohen declined to show them the unit, the two unnamed complainants filed a complaint with HUD in August of 2023, alleging that he discriminated against them on the basis of their disability. In the charging documents filed yesterday, HUD agreed. The department alleges that Cohen violated the Fair Housing Act, which bars discrimination on the basis of disability, by refusing to show them the unit or let them apply, and by requiring documentation that he doesn't require of other prospective tenants. Well, yeah, other prospective tenants don't have emotional support animals, so why would he require a doctor's note from them? Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Now, obviously, right, if these people actually had the doctor's note, I don't see any issue with it. Because we are taken advantage of so often, a lot of landlords, we put these, restrictions and limitations on, who is able to even live in our units. So this is the only issue I have with what he did, right? The only issue is that he wouldn't let them apply. Because, simply put, you can accept the application as a landlord, right? And then go through all of the applications that you have, and if you don't want somebody with an emotional support animal, well, maybe there's other reasons that you can get rid of them. Make them not a candidate for tenancy inside your unit, okay? I'm just saying. Now, this landlord kind of slipped up in that factor right there. I think this whole lawsuit could have been avoided if there was never any proof that he denied them based on the fact that they supposedly have emotional support animals, okay? Instead, you don't let them know why you are rejecting them. And this goes for all tenants, okay? You don't tell them, oh, no, I'm not even gonna let you apply because of A, B, C. Nope. Instead, you say, yes, I will take your application. And then when you get home, and throw it in the trash, okay? That's what a smart landlord would do. And unfortunately, in this situation, he did not do that. So he's facing this lawsuit, okay? And it's a frivolous lawsuit, obviously, okay? Obviously, it's a frivolous lawsuit. The problem is the federal government has unlimited funds, your taxpayer dollars, to sue small landlords such as this one. Don't think for 1 second this guy is a big landlord. 40 units, okay? 40 units. That's not 1,000 units. That's not 10,000 units. 40 units, okay? This is, I won't say he's a small landlord. I'll say that he is a mid-sized landlord, okay? And that means that this isn't the guy sitting on the yacht. No, this is the person who probably self-manages, operates their own business, and works completely locally, and this is how they make their living. Nothing wrong with that, okay? And you are putting this person in a very bad financial situation for what? So that you can lie and get a dog up in a unit? So, yeah, I think this is garbage, but what can I say? We're going to have to see how this lawsuit plays out. I hope I can keep track of this. This is not the first time that HUD has accused property owners of disability discrimination for not allowing emotional support animals on their property. In September of 2023, HUD sued 2 New York landlords for refusing to make an exception to their no pets policy after a tenant asked for an accommodation for their emotional support cat. The tenant got the cat anyway before moving out a year later. The landlord settled the HUD complaint by agreeing to pay their former tenant $2,500 for the emotional distress they'd caused and take a fair housing education class. And that's what I imagine is going to end up happening, right? We're going to see a small fine going to this landlord and supposed, maybe some additional education required, right? Because a small landlord like this can't afford to fight the federal government, even if they are in the right, okay? So yeah, it's a complete joke. It's a farce. It's a waste of not only taxpayer dollars, but of the poor landlords' funds as well. Waste of everybody's time for a bunch of scam artist tenants who probably just want a payout. That's the truth. They probably just want a payout out of this. And it's sad to see. It's sad to see that once again, our government is working against the small business owners and working to support people who don't even have documentation that they need an emotional support animal. Okay? I don't even believe in emotional support animals, honestly, but that's just me. Okay? I know a lot of people disagree with me and they're like, oh, no, I have a true need, whatever. Okay? I think emotional support animals are a complete farce and a joke. Do you think 100 years ago that people were walking, oh, I can't survive without my dog next to me? No, they were doing just fine. Okay? and they would do just fine right now. So anyway, let me know what you think of this whole situation in the comments section down below. I'll put a link to this article. You can read the whole thing. We're going to have to wait and see how this whole lawsuit plays out, if the landlord is going to have to pay a fine or pay off these people in order to make this whole thing end.